Hello! Welcome to another episode of My Opinion Doesn't Matter, the podcast where we give you our opinions.
And they do not matter.
We are your host. I am Rocky.
And I'm Jay.
And here we are.
Here we are. We are back.
We are back and better than ever.
I mean, yeah, pretty much for the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
So today's episode, we're just gonna talk about a few different things, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I was dancing to myself in the viewfinder.
First, we're gonna talk about we saw last night. We went and saw Bullet Train. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
For context, I don't watch a lot of movies.
No, she doesn't.
And I don't watch trailers for movies. So all I knew about this movie was there was a suitcase or a briefcase and they fought about it on a train. So I had no other context to this movie.
Nope. And I had seen like maybe me and my friend went to go see Everything Everywhere All at Once. And that was such a good fucking like movie, and we saw the trailer for Bullet Train during that, so I was like, yeah, we're gonna go see that because there were so many different actors in it, and I was like, I'm curious.
I don't know who any actors are. Like, I don't know names or faces. That's just the kind of person I am. I'm not saying that to be like, I don't know. Like, I really just don't.
Yeah, but it was good. It was actually
was good. It was a little predictable. Like you were able to catch on to
a little bit.
A little bit. There were some things where I was like, okay, I know this is that, but I don't know how it connects to.
Yeah.
Like I know A and B, but how does it connect to C? But no, it was really good. It was really funny.
Yeah.
Even though it was like not even a sad movie, there's a little sad part, and I like cried silently in the movie theater for like a second.
This bitch sniffling and shit, and I was like,
it's not even that sad.
I was like, I know this bitch ain't crying right now. Like,
I was.
Oh my god! But it was solid. 10 out of 10.
And
Loved it.
I will say that was our first movie theater experience where there wasn't anybody being loud and obnoxious.
Oh my god!
Because the first time we went to the movies, there were like teenagers there who were like shouting and like making comments and shit, and getting up and whatever. Not to say that's all teenagers, but it was just those specific teenagers.
This is why I don't like teenagers, because
look at me.
They just.
I just saved your life.
Thank you. They just don't have any like respect for other people, especially. It just depends on the teenager, I guess.
Yeah.
But most of the time when I've been around other teenagers, they've just been like really like just disrespectful of where they're like who they're around, and just really loud and obnoxious. And I'm just like, dude, I don't have time for this shit. Like.
Yeah, and the second time we went to the movies, so the guy next to me had an icy, and like the dome lids of the ices, and he was just sitting there and he would crinkle it and then let it go. Crinkle it, let it go. And when you let it go, it still makes noise, so it's just for like a good 20 minutes.
I almost killed that man. Like, I was like, dude, I will literally beat your ass. Like,
I think at one point you just stared at him and he stopped, and I don't think he realized he was doing it.
I think it was like a subconscious thing where he was just.
And then once you like looked at him, he was like, "Oh shit, sorry, my bad," because he didn't do it for the rest of the movie after that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I almost ripped his head off.
Yeah.
I swear, I'm always getting fights in movies because.
And by almost gets in fight, and
we pay money to be here for you to be dumb. So.
And by almost get in fight, you mean you lean over and you tell me I'm gonna fight him, and I say it's okay, baby, it's okay. And then we sit there.
And then we sit there for a minute, and they stop. So like the Lord was like, "Hey, you finna get wrecked, so you need to fucking cut it out." Like, hey. They knew. They were like, I'm gonna stop. They always stop at the right moment, because I'd be about to get up and be like, yo, square up right now. I'm finna fight you. So
let's not get kicked out of AMC, please.
AMC's my shit, so yeah, I don't want to get kicked out.
Yeah. I have movies I want to go see. I want to see, if anyone has not watched the trailer yet, you should watch, if you like horror movies, watch the trailer for Smile. It's creepy.
No.
But it looks so good.
No.
And it's not a horror movie. It's more of like a
Psychological thriller.
Well, I was talking about The Invitation.
Oh. That's horror. That's classified as horror.
Sorry, Alice wants out.
I'll put them out.
Okay. But it's more of like a vampire movie, so.
Go ahead. Take your piggy.
Alice has this pig that he's obsessed with.
Yeah.
Because it's not a normal squeak. It's like a...
It's a honk.
Yeah.
Like
And he likes the honk better than the squeak of the toys.
Yeah. But, no, The Invitation is classified as horror. It is.
Yeah. It's just not like jump scary. Like
We
Smile
don't know because we haven't seen the movie.
I know.
Okay, well... I know.
We'll come back to this podcast after we see it. And,
right? And I'll be like, this bitch was scary the whole fucking time. Didn't fucking matter. This bitch was etch a sketch. Like, just the whole time, just sketch the fuck out. And I told her, like, okay, horror.
No.
Like, but yeah, 10 out of 10, Bullet Train.
Yeah, it was really good.
Good movie.
Yeah. It was funny too.
We saw Day Shift. That's on
You
Netflix.
saw Day Shift.
Well,
I saw the first like 20 minutes.
You fell asleep, but
Yeah.
it was good as fuck.
From
it's
what I
on
saw,
Netflix.
it was good.
It's on Netflix. Love it. Fantastic movie.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Very funny. Loved it.
Whew.
No.
Sorry.
No yawning.
So we would have recorded this last night after the movie, but we sat around and talked with Alma for like 3 hours after.
So now.
And didn't get home until 12:30.
Yeah.
And I was like all for it. I was like, okay, let's do it. And I was like, okay,
This bitch was about to pass out. Like, I was like, no. I was ready, y'all. I was ready for y'all, but
he was. I was. I wasn't.
you suck. It's fine. But, you know, we're here.
We're here.
Doing a late recording, which is okay.
But it'll still
Like,
get up on Sunday.
We'll still get it up. It'll just be like, you know, when
Yeah.
you're settling down for your Sunday evening and you get to listen to this. So
You get to listen to us. Aren't you privileged that you get to listen to us?
yeah, it's giving white privilege. No, just kidding. But yeah, so today's agenda is Am I the Asshole?
Okay.
Very excited for this. We have a few
Yeah.
that we'd like to
Okay.
do. And please, if, and this is more of like an interactive, so YouTube is probably the best place. So obviously comment. That would probably be the only place, unless you comment on our Instagram or something. But
Yeah, I check Instagram a little bit more.
YouTube for sure. Like, drop your comments on YouTube.
Tell us which, like,
tell
if you
us-
have any Am I the Asshole stories.
Yes. Let us know. If you ask me on Facebook Messenger, I probably won't answer you just because of the fact that I'd be busy and I don't check
And
Messenger. as
honestly,
often.
if you have any like shitty movies you've watched and you want us to talk
Please.
about it, like we'll talk about anything.
We'll watch it.
Give us
We'll
music.
watch the
Give us
trash.
movies. Give
Yes.
us TV shows.
Yes, please. We'll watch the
We'll
trash,
watch anything.
and we will be mad at you for a while.
You
but
can-
It's fun. No, I'm just kidding.
YouTube, you check YouTube more often, but honestly, you can DM us on Instagram and I'll check that more.
Yeah, because I check YouTube a lot because I'm always
Yeah.
on YouTube anyway. So just let us know whichever, and then we'll.
Okay.
You ready?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This one is called Am I the Asshole for Pulling Out of My Best Friend's Wedding Because I'm Not the Maid of Honor?
Yes. 100%.
Okay, so my 27 female best friend. Oh, sorry. My 27 female best friend, 25 female of 10 years, is getting married. Some background. My friend lost her father and 2 older sisters in a tragic car accident 7 years ago. I was her shoulder to cry on. She became attached to me as a second sister and grew closer to her only living sibling, her brother. She doesn't talk much about her relationship, so I was surprised and excited when she showed us her engagement ring. Maybe it was presumptuous, but I thought I was going to be her maid of honor. She didn't bring it up after her engagement announcement, but I didn't think much of it at the time. Fast forward to yesterday, when our group of friends got together and one brought up a conversation about the wedding. My best friend said that she was planning on formally inviting all of us to be in her wedding party. I asked her who was going to be her maid of honor, thinking it was going to be me. But she said she was going to choose her brother, 29 male, instead. I blew up. I told her it was ridiculous that she was going to choose her brother to be her man of honor. She looked confused and upset, reminding me of how much her brother means to her. I reminded her that I'm her best friend and that she's taking this opportunity from me.
Bitch, hold on. Square up. Square up. Because that is, first of all, bitch, this is my fucking day. My fucking day. I'm taking it away from you. Are you the one getting fucking married? This is why you're gonna be a crotchety old lady by yourself.
She started to cry and apologize, but said that her mind was made up and that her brother deserved the role. I was upset and told her I wouldn't be attending her wedding and that I couldn't believe my best friend would betray me like that. Our friends think I'm being dramatic, but I'm really pissed off. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Edit. I get that she's close to her brother and she's honoring her lost family, but it's kind of ridiculous to have a bunch of girls as bridesmaids and then one man of honor. I'm heartbroken.
It doesn't fucking matter. It's honestly, it's giving me spoiled. It's giving me spoiled little white girl who's always had shit handed to her, and the very moment she don't get it, she's...
First of all...
Oh my God.
It is 2022. So these were ones that were submitted in August, like this past month.
Yeah.
So it's 2022.
What the fuck?
I've been to like 4 weddings that have had mixed bridal parties and groomsmen.
Same. And like, for the audacity of you to be like, you're taking away my opportunity.
It's her only living sibling. Is her brother. And the best friend's getting pissed about it. Like, it's not your...
Oh my God. I would square up with her. I would fight her. That's like fighting shenanigans.
She was labeled an asshole.
Good.
She was.
Reddit. Was it on Reddit?
Yeah.
Reddit on that Reddit. Shit. Reddit knows what's up.
It even has a big red asshole.
Yep. Yeah. She's an asshole for that. Like, it is not your fucking day, dude.
Weddings are personal. Like, yes, you share your wedding with your friends and family, but weddings are personal. Like, your bridal party is who is closest to you and who you love. Like,
see, here's the thing. If I don't include you in our wedding, it's not because I don't like you. It's because these are like the people that I included are personal friends. You know what I mean? These are people that I surround myself with either every day or like once a week at least. Yeah. Like, these are people I talk to on a day-to-day basis. If you're not invited to our wedding, it's literally because we don't talk to each other. And I just like it's a personal thing.
The vibes are off, man.
Yeah, it's a personal thing. So for you to be like,
you're taking it away
your best friend. Bitch,
yeah, fuck now your brother.
Like, now you're not. Now you're not. So shut up, bitch. Now you're not included at all. Chill out. Like, now you finna. Was she even included in the bridal shower at all?
Yeah, they were all gonna be bridesmaids. She just wanted to be the maid of honor.
See, she's ass. Now you're not. See, now you're not in it at all.
I agree. She's an
uninvite
asshole.
yourself. That's fine. Like,
well, she did. She pulled out of the wedding.
Good.
And she said she wouldn't be going because her best friend took this away from her.
Oh.
All right. I haven't read this next one at all. I just read the title and screenshotted it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for making my mother-in-law believe I was having an affair?
Okay.
I, 27 female, and my husband, 26 male, are big gaming addicts. Our parents hate that we played games, but we have gotten into multiple fights as children and adults over our hobby. It is a sore subject in our family, and we have opted to lie and say we are outside if anyone asks what we are doing. So, like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm outside, when they're really gaming because their parents hate that they game.
The fuck? No.
We both work from home, and right after work, we proceed to play games until midnight. None of us like leaving the house, so we are practically next to each other 95% of the time. There is no humanly possible way for either of us to cheat on one another. I am currently pregnant, and this has caused our in-laws to visit frequently. Due to an increase in visits, we have reduced much of our gaming time for the better health of our baby and so that they do not see us gaming. We have gotten in arguments about how our hobbies are unacceptable, childish, and that we need to change. Sundays are known to everyone as the unavailable day, and we always say we are on a date or something, but in reality, we are at home gaming or getting our weekly gaming quota covered. My husband went to a gaming cafe with friends visiting, and I stayed home last Sunday. Mother-in-law decided later to call me in the middle of a match, and I supposed I was acting very suspicious because I wanted to end the conversation ASAP. She asked what I was doing, and I replied automatically without thinking that I was on a date with my husband. According to my husband, she then later called him and said, and he said that he was at a bar with his friends. Mother-in-law decided to visit the house where I was undoubtedly in the middle of another game. I avoided any phone calls and pretended to not hear her knocking until my match was over, 20 minutes or so. Afterwards, I answered the door and pretended that I was sleeping, which is why I wasn't answering the phone or the door. Mother-in-law exploded at me, calling me a cheater and that the child I was pregnant with was not her son's, because otherwise, why would I not answer the door? The idea that I would cheat and that it would be even possible for me to cheat on my partner is hilarious to me that I burst out laughing, which angered the mother-in-law even more. She continued to berate me while I just smiled, standing there thinking how ridiculous this all was. When my husband came home, she berated me in front of him about how I was cheating on him. My husband was visibly confused the whole time and confirmed with his mother that there was no possible way for me to cheat on him. He explained how we are together practically every moment of the day, and when my mother-in-law saw he was not getting on her side, she proceeded to get mad at me for leading her on. She called me an asshole for pretending to have an affair and never correcting her before she told other people. Although I never clarified I wasn't cheating, I do think that it was not her place to come unannounced and proclaim that I was a cheater.
Okay.
Am I the asshole?
No. Your mom is. Your mother-in-law is. Sorry. But first of all, what I choose to do with my time is my business. Mm-hmm. If you believe it's childish, then that's a you problem, not a me problem. I'm going to keep playing video games. I'm going to give a hot fuck.
And if it's something they both like to do. Now, do I think they need to get out of that? Like, maybe get out a little more? Like,
do they need to get out of the house a little bit? Yes.
Like,
but that's your personal journey.
Yeah, true.
But here's the thing. I never said I was having an affair. You just literally assumed everything under the sun without me even saying anything.
Yeah.
Like, you literally ran with it and was like, you're having an affair. First of all, because I didn't answer the door for 20 minutes because I was in the middle of something.
Yeah.
But this is also a communication.
And
this is also communication on their part. Like, dude, we're going to stand up for yourself. Mm-hmm. Look, this is what we like doing. I don't care if you have a fucking issue with it. And that's your fucking problem.
If you're playing online, you can't pause. Like, I almost got kicked out of an Overwatch match.
I've gotten kicked out of plenty of Call of Duty matches because I had, like, walked away or some shit. But that's the thing is, like, that is communication. They're not assholes, but this is something that communication would have solved 100%. Because if you would have said, look, this is what we like to do. Yeah. This is our thing. And if you don't like it, that's your fucking problem. But you also don't pay my bills and you don't fucking live here. So I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. True. In my fucking house. I'm sure there's plenty of things that we do that our parents probably wouldn't like. But we do it anyway.
I don't know. My mom's pretty chill.
Yeah, my mom is too. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. Like, I get what you're saying.
But like,
people that be like, oh, you stayed home and did this? Like, yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like when we played Harry Potter for like 3 hours.
Yeah, Caitlin judged us for that.
I don't care. Caitlin didn't. Caitlin can kick rocks. I gotta be careful about what I say.
We love Caitlin.
Like, Caitlin can suck a dick. No, Caitlin can kick rocks. Like, I love you, Caitlin, but you can kick rocks for that. But that's the thing is like,
I think she judges more because J.K. Rowling. But
I mean, that's, you know what? That's fair. I mean, that's fair, but
am I the asshole for playing Harry Potter Lego?
But she didn't make the game, so shut up. Like, I don't remember who made it. I think it's.
But she probably gets. I
think it's Insomniac or something. Huh?
They have to buy the rights to it.
I know. It is what it is. We haven't played it, okay? Like, we haven't played it in.
You haven't played it.
Oh, you played it?
Yeah.
Oh, look
I know.
She's transphobic.
Oh, no! How can you?
I'm just
What is that
playing.
TikTok sound? How can I be homophobic?
Oh, I gotta be homophobic. My bitches get that.
Yeah.
No, but no, I haven't played it in a hot minute. I haven't really played much of anything.
You've gotten further than I have on it, though.
I played Raft. That's what I played.
I
So.
tried playing Raft, but I don't know the keyboard controls, and I didn't bother
She is
looking them up, and I fell off the raft and couldn't get back
She's
into
not
it.
a mouse and keyboard player. She's
I've never
had to
Yeah.
play with the mouse and keyboard.
So I
I
just
played Call of Duty with mouse and keyboard.
I just
and
have to-
How was that?
yeah.
You just gotta learn, you know.
Yeah, I'll get there.
It gets easy.
Yeah, I'll just listen to you and Lexi play.
Yeah, we go pretty hard.
Yeah. All right.
All right, ready for the next one, right?
Okay. Am I the asshole for wearing the joke bikini my friend got me? So it was my birthday a couple months ago. Had a party, got some gifts. My friend Mandy, in quotations. My friend Mandy got me a super cute bikini, once again in quotes. I liked it, said thanks. She had ripped off the tags, but whatever. Anyway, went to the community pool with my roommate, wore a bikini, got in water. Roommate immediately goes, girl. I look and see that the bikini is now kind of see-through. So it was a joke bikini, so when water gets on it, it turns see-through.
Yike.
Ha ha, good joke, Mandy. Anyway, Mandy invited me over to her place to hang out with her and her boyfriend and a few others. Most leave and we're still hanging out. I'm like, hey, what if we get in your hot tub? I go change after them and meet her boyfriend in the hot tub. She's getting drinks. I hop in immediately. He's looking at my chest because she's wearing the joke bikini.
What? See?
I pretend I don't notice and just make small talk. She comes out a few minutes after and just looks in shock. Eventually gets in. Is that the one I bought? Yeah, I love it. I wear it everywhere. Make up some stuff about how I wore it to the beach, some parties with lots of guys, etc. And she's like, oh. We're in the tub for 20 to 30 minutes. Eventually get out and change. She approached me right after and was like, I'm sorry. I thought you'd notice, but it's kind of see-through. I'm like, yeah, I know. Why'd you buy me a fucking see-through bathing suit? She's like, it's a joke. Wait, you knew? So you just spent the last 30 minutes flashing my boyfriend on purpose? I reply with, I'm just wearing my birthday gift from you.
Trash.
Anyway, am I the asshole?
Yes, you are for doing, because you knew it was see-through, and then you proceeded to still wear it in front of your friend's boyfriend. Yes, your friend, like, it was a joke, and it's a double-edged sword, you know what I'm saying? But dude, like, you literally wore this bathing suit in front of her boyfriend and proceeded to pretend like it's not see-through, like, while he's just sitting there staring at your titties. Like, come on, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is the stupid shit. Like, you could have just not did that. These are choices that you could have not made, and you decided, I'm gonna do it anyways. Like,
Reddit has decided that she's not the asshole.
Reddit is absolute trash on that, so...
I don't know if it's necessarily like an asshole move though.
It's just stupid.
It's
stupid. She's not an asshole. It's just dumb.
Yeah. And I want to know, like, do they have a history of buying joke gifts for each other, or did Mandy just like pull us out of nowhere?
I mean,
Like, if you have a history of buying joke gifts, but
it's just trash.
But also, like, what if? So, Mandy obviously thought she would wear it before, notice it was see-through and never wear it again. What if the first time she wore it was in their hot tub? Like, what would Mandy do then?
That's true.
Because then that would be Mandy's fault.
It's both of their faults.
Yeah.
It's Mandy's fault for being dumb. And it's her fault for being dumb. So, there you go. Double-edged sword there. But
All right, I found one more.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for telling my son he deserved his girlfriend breaking up with him?
Okay.
Okay, so my son had a long distance girlfriend recently for about 2 years. She was great, really nice, and we all loved her and welcomed her with open arms. She was flying here constantly to visit him, like a weekend a month, and he didn't lift a finger to go visit her. I tried talking to him about it several times and told him he should really start looking into flying over to her instead of expecting her to do all the traveling. He said no. And my wife probably had something to do with it, as she's constantly told him she's afraid of him flying. I spoke to them both and said this girl is great for him. She was willing to move to our country too, but said there was one condition the one condition was that he'd have to fly over to see her country as well, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
He said no, he didn't want to fly or travel anywhere. My son was becoming lazier and lazier, eventually telling his girlfriend and us that he was perfectly fine never traveling anywhere, including holidays, etc. Last week he told us she dumped him. I went over to her Facebook as we are still friends. She wrote us an apology letter about how she's upset it didn't work out and but these things happen and so we're good on mutual terms.
Yeah.
And looks like she's already with a new guy. Me and my wife have no doubt she was seeing him whilst still in a relationship with my son.
Probably.
I confessed to them both that I actually agree with her decision and that he should have expected it. He did not treat her properly, and I hope he learns the lesson for the next one because he needs to make more of an effort.
Yeah.
I said he deserves it for his lack of effort in the relationship and for essentially just allowing this girl to spend all her money and time coming over here. My wife and son are very upset that I said this. Very, very upset, and my wife says I am being horrible. Am I the asshole? I stand by what I said.
She's not the asshole.
No, it's the husband said this.
Oh, the husband is an asshole.
Yeah. Why is the husband an asshole?
What?
So the husband is told the son, yeah, your girlfriend broke up with you. You deserved
I
it.
thought we were reading from the point of view of the wife.
No. We're reading it from the point of view of the husband.
Oh, yeah, he's not an asshole then.
Yeah.
No.
The wife and the son are pissed off at the husband because he told the son, you deserved it. You were a piece of shit boyfriend.
He did deserve it.
He did.
I mean, that's straight facts. I mean,
Right? Like,
he did deserve it because he didn't put up any effort to
go see her.
To go see her.
And they live in different countries. Like,
yeah. He's absolute trash.
Yeah.
Period. End of story. Because if you don't go, first of all, if your significant other lives in another country and you're like, I don't want to go see you, you can come see me. I mean, why even be in that relationship? Because you're not even trying to put up the bare minimum effort of a long distance relationship.
Exactly.
To be in the relationship with this person. What are you doing?
I was just looking at more Am I the Assholes?
Oh. To even be with this person, you're not even trying to put up the effort to do it. So.
Yeah, it's kind of trash.
You want me to read one?
I was just trying to look up what was the top ones on Am I the Asshole.
Okay. Bet.
This one just says, am I the asshole for embarrassing my husband? Let's see. So I, 32 female, and my husband, 35 male, have been together for 8 years, married for 6. My husband has always talked about having kids. We decided we were ready last year. After months of stress and no results, we went to a doctor and found out my husband is infertile. He's always deeply wanted to be a father, so this was a big deal to him. We took a few months to process, and he grieved the loss, understandably so. To my surprise, he suggested we go to a sperm bank. I was a little unsure if trying so soon would be a good idea, but he insisted that neither of us are getting younger, and he was completely okay with things. He's always been pretty blunt with his feelings, good or bad, so I thought it was all right. At first, it was. Then he started looking through the book and the description of the donors, and all of a sudden my husband's attitude changed. He demanded to see some samples of sperm from shorter men because it's a man thing, and he apparently wouldn't be able to love someone else's son that's taller than him, living in his house. I stopped the appointment, and we got into a terrible fight on the way home. He apologized, saying he was just emotional, realizing it really wouldn't be his son, and that the book made it seem real. We agreed to tentatively start the process again, but throughout the week he made comments about how I might as well just cheat on him, and Snyder remarks about how my boss would be happy to put a baby in me
Ew.
if I asked. He then got jealous of my brother-in-law and made a very rude comment to him and my sister about how we could swap for a night and all get what we wanted. I shut the entire thing down after that, saying I did not want to have a kid with him when he was acting like this, and maybe never after that. With the obligation to visit his family for a birthday dinner, we did. It was all right. It was slightly cold evening until his mother asked me to get him and a few others back inside. I wasn't surprised to find them complaining about me. But the subject matter shocked me. He told them that our recent marital problems were because I was infertile due to my old age. She's 32. She's 32. Sorry, I lost my place.
This is why you don't scroll.
Old age. I listened as he told his brother on and on about how he wasn't sure if I was worth the effort, and maybe he should try to find someone younger while he still could. They joked about the women he could be sleeping with. It was crass, insulting, and deeply embarrassing, and it also wasn't true. I was livid. I went back inside and grabbed the car keys, and when asked why I was crying, I told everyone in the room, all the adults, the truth. I left him there and ignored his calls. When he finally came home, we had the biggest argument of our lives about how I shared such a big insecurity and shamed him to his family. That his mother cried. I'm currently staying with my sister, and I think our marriage may be irreparable. He says I humiliated him, and I know that I did, but he was perfectly fine lying to humiliate me and claiming he wanted to leave me. Am I the asshole?
No.
What the fuck?
No, your husband is trash.
Yes.
Because he literally talked about, oh, she's infertile because of her old age. First of all, bitch, you're the one that's infertile, and then you're the one that also is insecure. Insecure little man.
He is also the one that brought up going to the sperm bank.
Yep, she didn't.
So this whole you're cheating on me? No. Like, I just don't get it.
Nope.
Am I the asshole for selling my engagement ring to get my deposit back and refusing to give my ex the difference?
Shit.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to keep things short. My ex-fiance and I dated for 3 years, and we were engaged for 7 months. He left me for his best friend because they were both in love and la la la. They wanted to try it out before running out of time. I'm bitter, yes, but it is what it is. There was no cheating or anything else. The thing is, we were getting ready to be together before the wedding, and we decided to move into a bigger place so he could have his office at home. While we were dating, we lived together for a year, but then decided to move separately because we weren't able to find a place near both of our jobs, and he had to drive 45 minutes to an hour while I only did 15 minutes. We found one 5 months ago, and I alone paid for the deposit with the understanding that we were supposed to get it back since we were going to move and eventually buy something for us. Since we didn't, I decided to stay where I already lived since it's smaller, cheaper, and closer to my job, so I lost my deposit, around $1,700, with no other way to get money back. I sold the engagement ring he bought me and got $7,500 back and said, fuck it, I'll keep the rest for what he did. But 3 days after I sold it, he contacted me asking me to meet so I could give him the ring and he could give me the deposit in full so I wouldn't lose any money. I said, no need, bro. I already sold it and he got mad because the ring is worth more than deposit. He's asking for the difference, and I said no because it is mine and I don't owe him shit, then hung up. I told my family about it, and my sister said that it was kind of shitty because I'm obviously taking advantage and being spiteful since I still think he owes me for breaking my heart, and that to be true, I haven't lost any money with this breakup because he compensated for anything we spent on at the beginning. And the only thing we left unclear was the deposit, which he was going to pay in full when we only needed to go in half, so I should give him the extra money. Update. Well, my brother and I checked the laws, more like Googled it, and apparently it's right that I can be sued because the ring wasn't legally mine yet. And I might have fucked up because I only got 7.5 while the ring might have been worth more. X is a trust fund kid. Shit. Anyway, I'll contact a lawyer Monday morning and I'll stop spending the money I did get. That's sticky. That's messy. I don't like that situation.
First of all, bitch.
Okay, I understand both halves, though. I understand her feeling spiteful.
I understand that, but heartbreak does not equate.
I know, I'm not saying that.
I know, but heartbreak does not equate not like following financial decisions.
Is our audio still recording?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But heartbreak does not depict.
No. And the fact that he was willing to pay the deposit, like...
You should have given him some time, like...
Yeah.
Or had, like, a conversation of, like,
right?
Hey... Because she's kind of the asshole in this because she didn't... She was being petty. Like, instead of having a conversation of, like, hey, you know, what are we going to do about the deposit? Instead, she's like, fuck you. Instead, I'm going to sell the ring. That does not even belong to her.
Yeah,
though.
someone said, no, you're not the asshole. He broke the engagement, so you get to keep the ring. If you broke the engagement, he gets the ring.
No, that's not how that works, though.
Someone said, I get it, you're mad, but that doesn't equate to taking money.
Yep.
You're the asshole. It's not your money. Give it back.
Yep.
You're the asshole. It sucks he left you for his best friend, but it also sucks that you lost out of the deposit, but legally you can't do what you did.
Yep.
You're the asshole. You're the asshole straight up. The ring wasn't yours to sell. You're not the asshole, but you're going to be taken to court.
Like, I understand, like...
Shit.
I understand the situation, like, she's heartbroken. Mm-hmm. But like I said, that doesn't equate doing something like that. It doesn't. Like, it just doesn't. And now you gotta you're gonna get sued. And that's worse than... If he's a trust fund kid, he coming for you with everything. Oh, yeah, he's taking everything you've got. Like, everything you've ever had in life. History and present.
Yeah. I'm not the type of person who would do that.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was hurting for the deposit money, which it sounds like she was, would I have wanted to have the conversation with my ex? No.
But it needs
I'd been
to
like,
happen.
hey, are you still going to pay that half? Like, I know we can't get that back. Like,
yeah, he was going to give her the whole thing.
Yeah.
Too. Not even half.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
I know. It just makes my belly feel so icky.
People these days. It's just stupid, man. Yeah. Like, that's really fucked up.
It is.
And like I said, it doesn't equate, like...
And
you basically stole.
Only needed what, $2,000, and so you were keeping an extra $5,000.
Yep. For what? When he paid for everything, pretty much, and you
don't know.
And you did jack shit. Like, come on.
I'm not the type of person who would sell something like that out from underneath someone unless they said, like, this ring is yours, do with it what you want.
Yes, until you have that clear.
Yeah.
She didn't have that, though, because he was like, I want that shit back because that shit was like over. Because
I'm pretty sure when my sister and her fiance broke things off, he asked for the ring back and she gave it to him. Mm-hmm. Like, there was no argument about it. It was okay.
I'm not giving you yours back. Fuck off.
That's fucked up because we're not breaking up.
I ain't giving yours back, though. I'm taking yours, though.
That's fucked up.
I'm just kidding.
Man, he's already planning our breakup.
I'm just playing.
What did I say at TJ's the other day that I said we're getting a divorce over?
You asked me that last night, and I still don't have an answer.
I don't remember either.
Damn, your knee hairy.
I told you I needed to
you
shave.
Just cut me.
I literally told him this morning, and I said, I need a shave. He said, no, sweetie, you're fine. And I was like,
I did not say sweetie. What the hell?
You said honey. You said something.
I said, no, you're fine.
No, you said a pet name.
I said babe.
Maybe.
Not fucking sweetie. Like, ugh, that's giving gay.
I do this thing to Jay where every time I call him a pet name, I like add something ridiculous to it. So I was like, "Oh, my little honey bear."
What did you called me baby boo the other day?
I did call you
and
baby boo.
I like looked at it and I was like, I'm gonna ignore that.
I think I called him my honey dove. Like I just try and make it ridiculous every time, and you just ignore it every time. I could literally call you like my Boo Bear cupcake pie, and you'd be like, "What do you want?"
Yeah, I'd be like, "What do you want?" And she'd be like, "Wow, you answered to that." Yeah, because why wouldn't I? Like, it's rude if I don't. So.
All right, this one says, "Am I the asshole for telling my housemate I'm not following her house rules anymore?"
She said no.
I, 39 male, rent with 2 others in a home. One is my recent ex-wife, 39 female, and the other is a 35 male who's a good friend and moved in this summer. My ex and I recently separated due to her infidelity, but I'm letting her get her finances in order so she can move out on her own. Regardless of how she disrespected our marriage, I still won't have her be homeless and not at least set her up for success once she's gone. I have given her a hard deadline to leave, though. Anyway, we've had a previous housemate for 5 years, and the ex made a house rule that we have to tell everyone when guests are over, regardless of if we're home or not. Not really unreasonable, but she cited it for being her own peace of mind. Wasn't much of a sacrifice, so our old housemate agreed. And she was my wife, so it's not like I could argue, haha. One time she had a friend over while both of us were away and she didn't inform us. Honestly, I wouldn't have cared, but it's her rule. My housemate messaged me furious over her breaking her own house rule. I hated the
hypocrisy.
Thank you. Of it too, because my friend popped by randomly. Because if my friend popped by randomly, it'd be a lecture about her feelings of insecurity and safety. It's important to note that she's more than a great as a host for any guest. She's not a monster, so today both of us dudes are gone and I see a notification that someone is outside our home. It's a guy I don't know. I figured it's a friend of hers dropping something off. However, he stayed for the day. So I messaged, why is there a stranger in my home without notification? She replied, it's her work friend she's been chatting with. Cool. I think it's her boyfriend. They talk a ton, and I'm more than happy if she's moved on. Sooner she can move out if someone else takes her, honestly, the better. However, I'm annoyed at her hypocrisy of not informing us as per her own rules. Just a month ago, my best man at our wedding came to take me to dinner, as we usually do, and he came in the house to pee. She sent me a long text lecturing me about the house rules. Keep in mind, we've already separated. I apologized and moved on. So today I said I'm not listening to the rules anymore and did not need lectures since she can't follow her own rules herself. She got mad, saying I'm being unreasonable because she's made a mistake. No, I'm annoyed because I get torn to bits for someone needing to pee, but she's got yet another stranger in the home. She started telling me that she was sad about things and needed a friend. Awesome, I don't care why. She's a tenant of the home. I hope she has a great time, but moving forward, don't send me a book about why I'm an asshole for not giving notice. Yes, she's moving eventually, not the issue. I don't love her, but I'm not mistreating her. But am I the asshole for reacting?
No.
Because if she's getting a lecture,
the one mistake he made, she comes after him for it.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are. Now she's made a mistake, and he stayed for the whole day.
Yeah.
Not even to come in to pee.
Yeah.
He stayed for the whole fucking day. So
if you're gonna make a rule, follow your own rule.
Exactly.
Like, he wasn't mad. I think he sounds a little bitter that she. But he wasn't. I wouldn't say
like he's. I wouldn't say he's like a little bit bitter. I would say like he's upset because of the fact that you made this rule.
Yeah.
You made this rule. None of us did. And then
Sorry, continue.
And then you decide that, I'm just not going to say anything. I'm just going to invite this guy that I don't know, like that no one else knows, over to my home. And then hopefully it's okay. And I'm like, no, that's like not okay. You made this rule for yourself.
Yeah.
And then you break it. Like,
I think their first mistake was still living in the same house together.
But that's hard though, especially when you're married to somebody.
I know. But it just makes for sticky situations. Like, have to be, I feel like if you're going to live with an ex, you have to be overly communicative. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but like, you have to like communicate on like your shit, especially when you're making rules like that and inviting other people over. I don't know.
I got one.
All right.
Okay. Am I the asshole for calling my aunt a loser? Bitch. You know, this is going to be like my favorite one. Okay. So there's no like age or anything. I didn't graduate high school on time because of personal reasons, but I graduated by the end of that year and since graduated from university. My aunt has always had a bunch of shit to say about me not graduating on time because of things I said when I was a teen. I was doing all AP and honors classes and was naturally stressed a lot of my high school career. Anytime I'd complain about being stressed, she would claim that I had nothing to be stressed about because I just sit in a chair all day and don't have to provide for children. Obviously, this would piss me off, and I make jabs about her not even finishing high school, so it can't have been as easy as she painted it. I know it was a low blow, but I admit I wanted to hurt her feelings. Now she uses the fact that I didn't graduate on time against me all the time. The recent one was a few hours ago. I helped my cousin Bella, her daughter, move into her dorm last week, and my aunt made a comment about how Bella was in college at 17 and I didn't start until 19. And I must feel like such a loser. I've been dealing with comments like this for the past 3 years and I was sick of it, so I responded with, I have a job, a diploma, and a bachelor's at 22 and you don't have a single one of those at 50. If anything, you're a loser. Again, I know it's a low blow, and after sitting on it for a few hours, I'm starting to feel really guilty. Am I the asshole?
The aunt's the asshole for making constant comments about, but you graduated high school. You just did it probably over the summer.
First of all,
like, you graduated high school the same year you were supposed to. It was just later, right?
Yeah.
And then they went.
Not the asshole.
No.
Period. Your aunt's a loser. That's not your fault. Like,
but for her to come at you and be like, you took forever to finish high school, bitch, you didn't finish at all.
Look, it's a low blow. But hey, if you're gonna come at me, bitch,
I'm gonna match that energy.
I'm gonna match that fucking energy. So be careful. That's why I say, be careful. Watch your fucking mouth, because I know things.
Honest to God, like, since the end of July, my whole, like, what I'm just trying to bring into the rest of this year is just, I'm gonna match everyone's energy. You want to act like that? Bet. I'll match it.
I always told you that when I first met you. I said,
but
I match everyone else's energy. The energy you give me is the energy I give you. I'm not gonna be kill with kindness. Fuck that. I'm literally just gonna kill you with my words.
But now with recent events, like,
oh yeah, fuck that. Like, I'm sorry, but I'll be nice to you if you're nice to me. But respect it's earned, not given. Like I always say. So if you're gonna disrespect me, that's the energy that is reciprocated. So if you try to tell me that, I graduated on time, so this is not.
I graduated on time.
Right, but if you try to tell me that I have not done anything with my life, but you have literally have done nothing with your life, first of all, we're gonna fight, because no, like, you don't get to tell me that. You don't, like I always say, just be careful what you say, because of the fact that with his aunt, yes, like, I understand, like, haha, you didn't graduate on time, haha, that's whatever. It's really not funny. It's stupid. But also, you didn't graduate at all, bitch.
Yeah, I mean,
you didn't graduate at all. Like,
I didn't graduate college on time. I graduated almost like a year and a half after I was supposed to.
Yeah, I graduated like way later. So that's what I'm saying is, like, you didn't even take the time to graduate high school. So like, shut up, bro. Like, you don't get to speak to me about me not graduating on time. Like,
I feel like graduating high school after you left high school, like after, your senior year, is harder.
I've heard getting your GED is fucking hard, and it gets harder with more time as more time passes, because that information that you've retained during high school, middle school, the information is not there anymore.
I've had to look at the GED test before in like some education classes, and I was like, I don't even remember learning that shit.
Fuck that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, that information is no longer retained in your brain, so that information is no longer sticking. So I feel bad for anybody who has not graduated high school, because that immediately stunts you from being able to have it doesn't stunt you from having a career, because I know plenty of people who haven't graduated high school that have like pretty decent jobs, like doing construction or something, but it stunts you from having like a lifelong lasting career, like one of my friends wanted to work with me at Cox. Well, the one thing that you need is a high school diploma. That immediately stops you from doing that. Like, if you don't have that, that stops you from being able to do that, and it stops you from being able to do a lot of things, and
unless like jobs start changing their policy, it's just something you got to do.
Yeah, and Cox won't.
No,
because they pay for college tuition. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They do. So
that's dope.
Yeah, so they ain't doing that shit. Like, they're not gonna change that policy, because from what I understand, from like what like upper management told me, I said, why do jobs like this job specifically require high school diploma? And he said, because we want to know that you're dedicated. We want to know that you've made the efforts to, if you can't make the effort to graduate high school, what's going to tell me you're going to make the effort to stay here long term? And he was like, it's just really something that we feel that kind of determines longevity at a job. And which I somewhat agree, and I somewhat don't, because I know a lot of people who graduate high school that do not have job longevity at all. They switch jobs quite often.
Well, and also some people are just like, the cards are stacked against them, and finishing high school versus getting a job to help my family pay bills.
Yep.
So it's like that kind of thing as well.
Well, something that's been being talked about right now, like that's pretty big on like Twitter, is these people went to training for 4 days and they got fired in that training in that 4 days.
Why?
And they said this because the people told them during their training, this job is no longer open anymore. Like that position is no longer open anymore.
Rewind. So these people got hired.
Yep. Probably turned down other jobs for this job.
So four people?
No. There's 4 days into training.
Okay. So that would be like you get so say you and Gabby get hired at Cox, right?
Yep.
You go to your training. 4 days into training, Will tells you, actually, we don't need any more techs.
Yep. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So what people were talking about is, you didn't give us a notice, but you want us to give you a 2-week notice to quit.
Do you know you don't have to give a 2-week notice?
You sure don't. You don't have to give a 2-week notice. No.
I didn't give a 2-week notice when I quit Perkins in Salina.
But that's the thing, is no job, from what I understand, a job doesn't ask, like, when they check your references, they don't ask, did this person not give a 2-week notice? They just ask if you worked there. That's literally all they ask for. And because Cox said, we don't ask like how long you were there. We ask, did you work there? We just want proof that you worked there.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing. And so right now, that's kind of what like silent job quitting, I think, or a quiet quitting or something like that is what it's called, where you just leave, give a 2-week notice, and you don't have to that at this point. If you fire me without notice, I should be able to quit without notice, because if I'm that replaceable to you, and you just don't care about me that much to give me a notice or give me time, then fuck off. I'm not even gonna give you I'm gonna leave.
See, usually every other job I've given a 2-week notice to, but Perkins pissed me off because, first of all, they were nasty. Like, the restaurant was new. Like, they had just opened it up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not that Perkins is a new restaurant, but it was new to that area.
Yeah.
And
My thing fell off.
huh?
My emblem on the side fell off. Anyway, sorry.
But there was already like dead rats in places, and then at one point they ran out of soap for the dishwasher. And instead of like running to like a Costco or like Sam's Club or something to go buy more, they were just washing dishes with hot water.
Ew! See, I'm glad.
But then, so my best friend had suffered a great family loss. And I came in and I was like, hey, I need to talk to you because I have to work but I'm going to be home. The manager didn't even turn around from her desk to look at me. Said, you're really choosing that reason to not come into work? And so I just didn't come into work. They did not call me. I didn't come in. And then the next time when I had to go pick up my paycheck, I asked the manager for my paycheck and said, by the way, this will be my last paycheck. And she goes, well, are you going to come into your shift this next week? And I said, no, I am not.
What part of my last paycheck do you not understand?
Yeah. I also fucking hated that goddamn manager, but she fucking hated me. I was in training and I was supposed to be following this girl named Polly around, right? So Polly disappeared and I'm like standing there looking for Polly, and this manager comes up and goes, are you really just standing here doing nothing? And I'm like, I cannot find Polly. And she goes, well, did you check the dining room? Bitch, I'm in the dining room. Do you see her here? And then she just goes, oh. Like, oh, her name was Mandy, and I really wanted to fight her. She was from Lawrence.
Mandy we know.
Hey.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
But she hated me for, like, no goddamn reason. Like, she came in with energy. Because even, like, the other waitresses would be like, do you guys know each other? I'm like, no. And she wasn't even my manager. Like, she was the manager that came in for mid shift and I worked morning. So she only had to interact with me for like 2 hours at the most. There was someone that hated me. We were just talking about if anybody hated me and I couldn't think of anybody, but there we go.
Yeah, Megan's super nice and everyone likes her.
I'm pretty sure there's people who hate me. Caitlin, let me know.
You're really likable, though.
Anyway.
But I put my 2 weeks in at FedEx, but I didn't work my last day.
What are they going to do?
Well, because in that 2 week period, so I quit. I put my 2 weeks in because, rewind, I worked at FedEx for like 2 years, something like that. And my manager... we had a position open that was going to pay more, and it was the merchandising position, in which I had to, merchandising at Harbor Freight for the most of the duration. I was for like 2 years, 3 years or something like that. So of course I'm like, yeah, I'm shooing for this because I did all the planograms any fucking way and never got paid for that. So I said, I might as well just apply for this position. So she was in talks with hiring someone outside of the company, did not work at FedEx, which is bullshit, to get hired to work in that position. And I said, well, we know most of the time we do like internal, not external. Like we hire internal people to move up. I've been here for a while, and she was like a newish manager. Yeah. And we got along, but there was a time, one night, it was me and my coworker working, and she was sitting on the counter, the shipping counter. I wasn't sitting on the counter. I was like reorganizing stuff, cleaning stuff up or whatever. But apparently I got written up for not telling her to get down off the counter. First of all, she's been there longer than me. She had been there for like 5 years. And I was just like, that's not my job. Yeah. I'm not a supervisor. I'm not upper management. I ain't shit. I'm literally just a worker. So I have nothing to do with her sitting on the fucking counter. Yeah, that's not your issue. Nothing to do with it. I was helping customers and stuff and she was just chilling on the counter. So, of course, I got written up for it, and that took me out of being able to get that position. That's stupid. She hired someone up under me, and the girl was like, "Oh yeah, I had gotten hired like a while ago." So basically, I was played. And I was very bitter after that. And whenever she told me to do planograms, I was like, nope. You can get the person that you hired to do it. And she would just look at me and I'm like, all right. And then I would like walk off. And finally one time she was like, I need you to do this planogram for me. And it was like my last 2 weeks there. And I said, for what? Like, you hired this girl to do this. That's her job. She said, well, you can leave. And I said,
all right, bet.
So I put my name tag down, and she was like trying to get me to stay. She's like, well, like, no, I called your fucking bluff. I'm out. Like, I'm done. I'm not coming back, bitch. Like, I have a new job. I'm done. Yeah. And that's when I went to T-Mobile, and I didn't put my 2 weeks in at T-Mobile. I
think they just knew.
They knew. Demetra and Zach knew that it was time for me to go. Yeah. And Demetra was like, I'm going to write that you're rehireable. Like, and I was like, I ain't coming back to this bitch. But that's fine. I ain't coming back to this bitch. But Jumpstart didn't put my 2 weeks in. The way I quit that job was... Okay,
but in your defense...
I'll tell you.
Okay.
So, I had worked at Jumpstart... If you live in Wichita, you know what Jumpstart is. It's a gas station. They sell like pretty cheap gas, and it's good gas, whatever. Kansas made, whatever. So
I didn't even know that.
I worked for Jumpstart Corporate as the inventory management, basically inventory. So I would go around to all the stores 4 days out of the week and scan all their inventory and basically go over the inventory with them to make sure the numbers are correct. Now, every time manager would be like, that's not correct, and and I'm like, well, that's what I counted, so that's what you're getting, So it wouldn't be a fun time sometimes, but it actually wasn't like that bad of a job. It didn't get bad until Martin Luther King Day came around, and there was a manager at the 21st and Amidon.
Oh, we're naming it.
I'm not naming her, but it was a 21st and Amidon Jumpstart, and that was my home store at the time. And the home store means like I would go there every morning, clock in, and then go to my the gas station I was supposed to go to for the day. She said, is Jay working today? And my other friend was like, no, because I think Martin Luther King Day was like...
It's always a Monday.
It's a Monday,
Isn't
right?
it a Monday?
I think... But I was working that day. I mean, I didn't call in or anything.
Yeah.
But she was like, is Jay working today? I know it's Nigga Day.
Was this...
She was a white lady. And I said, what? And I went to management, and management did nothing. They said, I told my boss, and my boss went to the owner, and the owner wanted to have a meeting with me, and they said basically her reasoning to me, when she wanted to talk to me, her reasoning was because she's given back to the black community a lot. Her children are mixed because
she can say the N-word?
So she can say the N-word, I guess. And I'm like, no, bitch, that doesn't give you the right. It doesn't fucking matter. And I said, and I switched stores, so I went to the 13th and Ridge store, the one that we went to get gas at. And I went over there, and that's where my friend works as a manager there. And their reasoning for not firing her was because managers are really hard to find, so
we keep the racist ones.
We'll keep her. And I was like, bet, say less. So I started looking for other jobs. I found a job at Amazon doing delivery for one of the DPSs there, and they paid me more, and it was full time. And I said, yeah, fuck this. So I did not put my 2 weeks in yet because I hadn't started working yet. Like, I didn't have a date when to start yet, but I hadn't put my 2 weeks in yet or anything like that. But then she, like, after that, I went to work at the store in Park City, and the manager was like he was kind of a douche. Like, he had tribal tattoo sleeve. He was a douche. don't care. You're a douche if you have a trouble. I don't know. I don't care. Fight me.
I'm not
But he was
denying that.
He was friends with the manager that worked in Hayesville, and the manager that works in Hayesville is also a douchebag. And so he was saying that manager was like talking shit about me, saying like my counts are off, that I don't know how to count properly, and blah da 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 da. And I said, you know what? I'm over this job. And I had a company car at the time. I had like a
It was a Ford, wasn't it?
It was a Ford. Don't remember, but I remember taking it to my home store, calling my girlfriend at the time to come get me, and she said, "Okay." I got my shit, dropped the car off, told my friend, "Hey, let them know I'm done. Come get this fucking car." Left. I got so many calls from my boss and her boss of being like, "Why did you leave? Like, we want to talk." I don't want to fucking talk. I'm done. Like y'all have done so much shit, and I'd fucking hate Jumpstart so much, but that's probably that's probably the worst job I've ever had in the history of jobs that I've ever had. That's probably one of the worst. One of the other worst ones was I worked for Sears, the Sears warehouse in Dallas for like a day. And it was awful, bitch. Like, it was absolutely fucking terrible. This was at a time where I thought warehouse jobs were fun.
Yeah.
And then I realized warehouse jobs are actually
I'm trying to think, like, what my worst job would have been. But I was mentally at my lowest when I worked at the nursing home in McPherson.
Yeah.
I was a dietary aide. But that job wasn't bad. It just wasn't what I needed at the time. And because at that job, so before I worked as the dietary aide at the nursing home, I worked for the YMCA. And there was a time that I had the flu. Like, I was vomiting. Like, I had a fever. It was when that, like, do you remember, like, that flu A and flu B thing was going on?
Yeah.
It was during that time. And so I had gotten the flu. I went to the clinic. Like, they, did the flu test, whatever.
Yeah.
So I call my manager, and it's a new manager. It wasn't the one I like. It was the one that I did not like. And she was like, well, you need to bring a doctor's note in. And I'm like, you need me to walk into the YMCA with the flu when it's like super, spreading right now. Okay. So I brought in the note, and literally the front desk lady was like, why the fuck are you here? And I said, she made me bring a doctor's note. So I had the doctor had given me like the one copy, then I had the carbon copy of it, right? And so I was calling in sick to my nursing home job quite a bit because I just mentally couldn't, do it, whatever.
Yeah, but they couldn't really do anything because they had a doctor's note.
Well, you see, I had the doctor. They said you need a doctor's note, like otherwise, you're gonna get fired, or whatever. And I was like, okay. So I took the carbon copy of the doctor's note, changed the date on the top of it, took a picture of it, kept my job.
Megan is terrible. Well, we've all done it. We've all been there.
I just didn't want to go to work, man.
We've all been there where we're just kind of over
mentally
it. Yeah.
like, fuck this. And the job wasn't even hard. I literally served old people food. And, like, most of the old people I worked with, because I don't know how many people, like, have, like, worked in nursing homes, but usually there's either, like, different halls or, like, different, like, pods of people. And the halls I worked in, like, those old people were bomb as fuck. Like, I loved it.
You
but
got lucky. Because some people get the trash.
I mean, I used to be a housekeeper at a nursing home in my hometown in Hiawatha. And there's this one lady, the nurse was in there, and she is screaming, like, this old lady is like, fuck you, you stupid bitch, blah, 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 blah. And then I walk in, and keep in mind, this old lady doesn't know me. Like, I've maybe cleaned her room 3 times at this point. And she goes, oh, there's my sweetheart. And then she just instantly calmed down. And the nurse just looked at me and was like, she goes, don't leave until I finish. And I was like, I'm just doing my job, man. And then I had an old lady when I was as the housekeeper. So the rule was you weren't supposed to flush the water after you cleaned the toilet. So, like, if a manager were to come through, they know you've already cleaned that room, and that's kind of like how you signified you cleaned the bathroom. And I walked in, and this old lady goes, "You motherfucker!" And I was like, "Hi." She goes, "Leaving that goddamn blue water in there, and then when I pee, it splashes on me and burns me." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I don't know. I'm just following rules. You better motherfucking flush that toilet."
You burn her booty, bro. You burn her booty. It's your fault.
But I was like, how hard are you peeing that the water's splashing back onto
she could
you?
Be one of those pee pushers, like
I don't know. She was pissed though, and I'm like, I'm just following.
She
the
was
rules.
pissed.
And
Get
then,
it?
Oh my God! And then there was this other lady who she was like had dietary restrictions, and so she couldn't eat like candy and stuff. But she would like try and sneak you $1 to go get her candy from the vending machine. She'd be like, hey, take this $1. Sneak me a Hershey bar. And I'm like, ma'am, I can't. I'm sorry. And she'd be like, no, just come on. And then there's this other lady. So at this nursing home, I'm sure it's different everywhere. Like if you couldn't stand up on your own, or if they deemed you like that you couldn't, like you needed assistance, it would be a magnetic sensor. So part of it would stick to the back of your shirt, like they'd hook it on, and then the sensor was magnetized to the chair. So if you stood up and it like disconnected, an alarm would go off. This lady got pissed and she goes, "I've been walking for 98 years," ripped off the monitor, threw it at the nurse's face. I was like, oh my God. And then last story about the nursing home. This lady's in the wheelchair and she's just like rolling down the hallway. Every time she rolls her chair, she goes, "I hate this goddamn place. I hate this goddamn place. I hate this goddamn place." I'm like, what's happening?
Nursing homes are trash, man. And
moral of that story is watch the nursing home you send your elderly to.
Yeah, they're trash most of the time. I think the funniest thing in any job was when I was at FedEx and we couldn't ship certain things.
Yeah.
So like this guy had or like if you needed to return a package, you couldn't bring it back to us because it was a return, so we couldn't take it. You had to like give it to like a driver or something like that.
Like they have like specific FedEx drop-off locations.
Yeah, we can't take them. So he gets pissed off and he throws. He opens the door and throws the package back into the store, and I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And he slams the door and it breaks the door in the process and leaves, and I'm like, what are we gonna do with this package? Like that's what I didn't care about the fucking door. I care about the fucking.
That's not your pay grade to worry about.
I'm like, I looked at the door. I was like, yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But this box, what are we gonna do with this? And my manager is like, I don't fucking know. Like,
I don't know what to do.
So we like the only thing we could really do was like, because there's a drop box outside, so we just put it in the drop box outside, and it probably went right back to him again. Yeah, and he was probably like, oh my fucking God, I'm tired of this shit. But yeah.
Yeah, jobs are weird though. Like some jobs are just really good, some jobs are really shitty. I think my favorite job was when I did concessions at the pool and the ballparks in Hiawatha, just because it was chill. It was like easy. No one cared. Because at the time the managers were like really cool, like, and there weren't many like rules on what we could and couldn't do. Like, as long as you weren't busy and all your cleaning was done, you could really do whatever you wanted.
I think my favorite job was probably Harbor Freight, to be honest. Yeah.
I don't know. You talk highly of your Amazon job just because you didn't have to work with people. Yeah. Yeah.
It just got annoying when other people were slow. Like, coworkers were slow. I mean, I like Cox, too. Yeah. So.
Oh, you heard it here first? I think that's the first kind thing you've said.
Since June. Since June, honestly. I haven't said anything nice about Cox since June, but I do like my job. Yeah. It's not that bad. Yeah.
I love teaching. I say outside of teaching,
there are moments where these customers, I'm like, you finna square the fuck up because I'm finna fight you right now. But otherwise, like, I mean, here's the thing. When the older you get, the more like
he acts like he's 50.
But like health insurance matters. Like when I was younger, I didn't care about that shit. I didn't care about health insurance. I didn't even know what that shit meant. Like signing up for benefits. Like I didn't know what deductible meant. That. Yes, you do. But I didn't know what any of that stuff meant. But now I know what it means. Thankfully, my sister-in-law,
Malia?
Yes. She explained it to me. I was like, okay, that makes like total sense, somewhat. Anyways, but I didn't know what any of that stuff meant, but I know how, in like, especially like right now with as many health things as I've had come up, I know how important it is to have health insurance. I've never had this many health issues in a.
Welcome to my life.
Like I turned 30 and my health was like, here you go.
Hey, if anyone has any Wichita recommendations for a neurologist,
I don't think my friends have had problems. I think that's just you.
Damn. No, my migraines have been getting bad again.
Yeah. I mean, and it's stress.
Probably.
It's stress. You just started school and
a migraine every night for the last week and a half.
Except for last night.
It kind of hurt a little bit at the movies, but not enough to consider it like a full migraine, you know?
So.
But yeah, because Jay always made fun of me because I've had thyroid issues since college. And when Jay and I first got together.
Like bad.
Literally, I have like a pill container of like, I feel like an old person, you know?
She takes a lot of medicine.
I had my thyroid medication, I had preventative migraine medication, I had supplements I was supposed to be on to help the preventative migraines, like to prevent migraines. Like I had like 6 pills I took, and Jay was like, ha. Now who's laughing now, Mr. Thyroid?
Hey, I take 2 pills. I think I'm okay.
You do.
Now. I just take 2, but it's hard. It is,
and making the doctor's appointments are stressful and.
Yeah, I mean it's tough.
Like I'm itching just thinking about it.
It's tough. It's hard. But like once you kind of get to that point where like I got to a point where I was like I can't keep going every day feeling like I'm going to have a panic attack. Like I couldn't keep feeling that way. Yeah. So I said I need to do something.
No, I need to get back into getting my thyroid checked. Honestly, the doctor I was seeing was in Hiawatha, and he just got kind of to a point where he was like, yep, it's the same. Keep it going. Just keep it going. Like
he just started getting lazy. He didn't want to
really check up on it. Like he didn't require blood work or anything. So I really need to go get my blood work done. But that's not what this podcast is about. We don't need to talk about my health issues.
It's okay. She's got a lot.
I really do.
It's okay. It's all right.
I've just always been like the sick kid out of like my siblings and like everybody. Yeah. I've been the one that I have eczema, so I have to go to the dermatologist. I have migraines, I have to go to the neurologist. I have to go see Dr. Searide every whatever because of my thyroid. And my mom always, because thyroid, at least from what my understanding is, it can be hereditary. And so my mom always had them check up on it and everything, and like
there you go. Got hit with it.
I did. I really did.
Got hit with it. Got hit with it all.
Well, yeah, and then my eyes are fucked as well because both of my parents have hereditary eye issues that I'm just gonna go blind by 60, like. And then yeah, it's a lot.
I'll get you a seeing eye dog.
Train Atlas. He would walk me into a wall.
He's not going to be alive when you're 60.
Don't say that.
I know that's a rough thing to say, but he's not going to be alive when you're 60.
But he would walk me into a wall.
He would. He would lead you down a dark alley because he's too busy chasing a fucking cat. Like, he would not be focused on yo ass. He'd be focused on getting his fucking cat. Yeah,
but no. Well, we've been talking for like an hour and 20 minutes, I think. It's been a long podcast.
Yeah,
sorry that it was late.
A little bit. We figured we'd give you a little bit more this time.
We do want to have Gabby and Angelica come guest on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that was a drunken plan, but sober us will still have you guys come on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be down. I mean, if you ever want to.
I think it'd be.
You are so far away.
Sorry.
Can you get your shit together? But I if you want to be a guest, let us know. But we also have to feel, we have to have topics, obviously.
Yeah.
But
I think it'd be fun to do
it
like
would be-
relationship advice, like Reddit questions with Gabby and Angelica.
We should make a Reddit for our podcast so we can actually
That's all you, boo.
I guess
I
I
don't-
have to make the Reddit for our podcast.
I made a Reddit.
I will make a Reddit for us. That way you guys can like drop, we'll drop the videos, episodes every
Sunday.
every week. We may change it from Sunday because when I go back to work, but every week we'll have, a new episode and we'll post that. And you can drop your comments under there or YouTube, whichever.
Or Instagram.
Yeah, but I really think a Reddit would be great because then we'll be able to get your suggestions. Like, we'll do a poll, like, what should we talk about this week?
I don't know how Reddit works.
I do, which is fine. I got this.
I made a Reddit and then I got, like, bombarded with notifications and I deleted it off my phone.
Yeah, I love Reddit. I love Reddit so much. But I will make sure we do that. That way you guys can interact with us a lot more and we have, like, a good way to kind of keep up with everything. Because, like...
If anyone's just finding the podcast, we post on
Spotify, Apple, and YouTube.
And Anchor. Technically, that's a place you can listen to it.
Anchor.
Yep. But I've never
used Anchor.
Yeah, so. It's just what we use to... Yeah, put it out there.
Spotify, YouTube, and Apple.
Yeah.
So.
And then if you want to send suggestions, Reddit or Instagram would be the best.
So you have unlimited resources to find us.
Tell us what to talk about.
Yeah. And we will, like I said, we will literally...
We still need to do the Disney podcast, like the old Disney shows. That was a suggestion one of our listeners made. So.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Jessica suggested.
Oh.
Yeah.
That. Okay. So maybe
I keep forgetting. Yeah.
Next week. Okay.
Yeah, we have not forgotten.
So next week's episode, Jessica, is for you. We'll do the Disney episodes. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about So Weird, bitch.
Nah.
That shit is trash.
I love that show.
But I'm excited.
Yes.
And I'm excited to be back
yes.
full time again on this. So.
And once you finally go back to work, you're going to have a bunch of customer stories. I don't have any fun kid stories yet. They haven't said anything too, like, out there.
Not yet.
No.
They will, though.
They will.
Give it the year.
I know. So once the year starts going and we actually, although we started doing decoding, which is basically just teaching kids, like, how to read and, like, what sounds letters make and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was our first day of actually starting, like, learning as opposed to just, like, the fun, first week of school stuff. Man, my kids were, like, falling asleep. I'm like, come on, guys, let's get through this. Like, I'm trying to make it as interactive and as fun as possible. I'm literally up there, like, bouncing off the walls, and my kids are in their chairs just, like, heads nodding. And I'm like, oh, my God. But it was a Wednesday, and the first, like, they started school on a Monday. So these kids had to go to school all fucking week, when usually districts start on, like, a Thursday. So... like freshmen and start on like that Wednesday. They find their classes. People who are just starting middle school go on that Wednesday, and then everyone comes on that Thursday. Mm-hmm. So you have that Thursday, Friday, and then they have a break, and then that next week they're good to go. Yeah. But no, they started on a Monday, which I don't know. It wasn't like terrible, but it has its pros and cons.
For you, it was terrible.
I was tired. I was like falling asleep, but I also did decide to, party a little bit that week. So
yeah, she did. She definitely did.
It was fine. I wasn't hungover the next day.
You were just tired the next day.
I was just tired, but I can teach tired. That's fine.
But I'm glad that we're here.
Yeah, we're doing like the Kansas goodbye with our own podcast.
You are doing it. I'm not.
Damn, I'll shut up.
Yeah, shut your ass up. But.
Anyway.
There we go. Oh, sorry, I'm covering your face. There we go.
And remember, our opinions do not matter.
I'm Jay, once again.
I'm Rocky.
And goodbye.